Today, a major development in the Pioneer Hotel fire that killed 29 people in Tucson back in 1970.
Lewis Taylor, just 16 years old at the time, arrested and convicted in those deaths. 6 years ago, he was released due to new technology suggesting the fire wasn't arson. But the fight to officially exonerate Taylor goes on.
Today, we learned a special action has been filed by his lawyers in the case. News 4 Tucson's Lupita Murillo has the details.
This 20-page special action details surprising allegations. Taylor's lawyers say they have new information that Pima County Attorney Laura Conover wanted to exonerate Lewis Taylor, but was threatened by Phoenix lawyers if she did. That comes from former Tucson journalist and former city councilwoman Nina Trasoff. Trasoff volunteers to edit news releases for the county attorney's office. She edited this one that was never released. It's dated May 28, 2022. In her statement, Trasoff says, Ms. Conover told me that she had reviewed Mr. Taylor's case and planned to exonerate him. Ms. Conover prepared a press release to that effect, and I helped with editing and verbiage of that release. Ms. Conover did not release the draft of a proposed statement. That never-released news release mentions there was an exhaustive 17-month investigation. Conover goes on to say she concluded the Pima County Attorney's Office could no longer support the criminal conviction against Lewis Taylor in the Pioneer Hotel fire of 1970. Also in the news release, fire science has come a long, long way since 1970, and it is now understood that accidental fire more likely caused the Pioneer to go up in a blazing burn rather than arson. She adds, though it was accepted but wrong in 1970 to allow race to be considered evidence in a criminal investigation, the original investigation was contaminated by the concept that black people are comfortable with setting fires, which led to a profile hunt, in part to the deliberate targeting of a 16-year-old black boy who we know rescued several lives that night, to instead end up as a suspect by dawn. Again, that statement was never released. Instead, a different release was sent to the media in August of 2022 that stated to the contrary. When I next talked to Ms. Conover on this matter after her August 2022 contrary statement, she told me she had not gone forward with the original press release, which had been scheduled for May 28th, because Phoenix lawyers had threatened bar discipline and possible disbarment if she went forward with the plan to exonerate Mr. Taylor. We have reached out to Pima County Attorney Laura Conover, and we haven't heard back from her. We also reached out to an attorney in Chandler who represents the county, and he says that neither he nor Pima County have ever threatened Ms. Conover. And coming up at 5 o'clock, reaction from a family member who lost a loved one in that fire nearly 53 years ago. He was only 4 years old at the time. Reporting live from the newsroom, Lupita Murillo, News 4 Tucson.